A normal distribution has a mean of 40 and a standard deviation of 6. What values are in the top 20% of the data? So let's first draw this out using 40 is the middle and steps of 60. That will help us kind of build this off. So 40 is in the middle, and we're taking steps of 6. That would be something like that. And if we want the top 20%, well, the top 20% would be somewhere up here. You could use empirical rule to guess it pretty close, but it's somewhere up here, line somewhere in here somewhere. I don't know. So how do we find that actual line? Well, what we have to do is we have to find, well, look at our table A and think, where is 20%? Now, it's 20% up here. So if we're really looking for 20%, we're actually looking for 80%, because on table A, it gives us the underneath space. So if this was 20, let's just say that's 20% right there. Where table A gives me this part. So I'm actually looking for 80%. All right, so let me write that down. I'm going to find 80% on table A. And when I do that, on table A, when I look for 80%, what is my z-score? And when I look at it carefully, it's about, my z is about 0.84. That's my z-score. Okay, which, like with that, it's right about here somewhere. 0.84, not all the way to 1, but somewhere around here. So I kind of can see where it's at. All right, so if we shade that, we can actually kind of shade that now. 0.84 would be somewhere around here. And so the values that would be in the top 20% would be all those values. Anything in this space would be those values. Now, the question is, what is the value? Is that a 45? What value is that breakpoint of the 0.84 z-score? So let's find that exact value, because we're actually looking for x. We know z, we know our mean, and we know our standard deviation. So we could actually find the exact x value. So I'm going to 0.84 is my z. That equals x minus my mean divided by my standard deviation. And if I solve this, it'll give me the x value of that mark right there. So how do we solve this? Well, the first step is multiply both sides by 6. Alrighty, when we do that, the 6's cancel. And 6 times 84 gives us 5.04. That is x minus 40 still over there. Then we're going to add 40 over to both sides. And I get x equals, looks like I have 45.04. And if we think about our picture, does 45.04 make sense? Yeah, that actually looks like where it should be. So everything above 45.4. So if we want to write it exactly accurate, we should have probably put x has to be greater than or equal to 45.04 is probably the better answer, because if you think about it, the other one, let's just erase this. This is a little off, because that one is just the break point. So anything above that, all these values will be in the top 20%.